Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Look, this is a new crystal I just bought. It's amazing. A rock crystal, and I'm just like energizing with that. Besides that, I'm gonna guide you into intuitive movement flow today. So if you want to feel more energetic, want to feel more connected, if you want to build some strength organically through just flowing, just flow with me, and I speak to you soon. Enjoy. Start scrubbing your hands together in the squat position. Just to arrive in the body, bring it to your chest and belly. Focus on the warmth between your hands and your body. Take a few breaths in here. And then you bring your hands to the ground. What you're going to do, you just give the weight towards the hand and come back. The weight forward and back. Just feeling the wrists, feeling the hands. Giving some motion also to the knees. Feeling the ground. Shake it out. And then you turn it, your fingers backwards and do the same. Just shifting weight from the toes to the hands. This is a good way to prepare the hands for what we're going to do today. Shake it out, just to empty. Knees on the ground. When you place your hands, you're going to just go around with a circular movement. Find the new range of movement. And at the same time, allowing the shoulders to move in a different way. The next thing we will do, we're going to stretch a little bit our spine. Just go forward and then bring the chest in. You can always connect with breathing in as you open up and breathe out as you bring the chest in again. Enjoy the movement, the sensation. And even in the action, you try to find a way to relax, especially in the beginning of this practice. Finding what's your limitation, recognizing how far you want to go, and breathing. Let the breath be the base of this practice. Push it on the lower back, go a little bit further, stretch the neck, squeeze your butt a little bit, as to protect your lower back. Still a few seconds here. And then place your hands on the ground. Push your hips towards the sky, heart towards the feet. Just find a good position for you here. Fingers spread. Try to have your heels on the ground. And then move to the plank slowly. And then walk back. Heart to the feet and towards cobra. Let's just do a few times this movement. Going forward and back. You start with the head when you go back and start from the hips when you go forward. The head's the last as you go to cobra, and then you start first with the head as you go to the facing dog. Downward, up and downwards. Nice, nice and steady. Giving some nice motion to the spine, at the same time that we're building strength. Let's make the ground our home. And now swinging sideways with knees on the ground, hands on the ground. Just finding some looseness in the spine in your own way. How can you move? And to the other side, like a snake. Finding mobility and strength. Feel the sensations. How does it feel? Feet on the ground and again facing down. Take a few breaths in here. I like to push the heart towards the feet as an image to find this arcing of the spine, finding this flexibility, insisting a little bit, and then step forward. You're gonna see some influence from yoga, some influence from other movement practices into one, as I mentioned before. Let's practice a little bit of the spinal wave, starting from the chest, collapsing down and rolling up again. Chest, collapse down, curve and roll up. I love to breathe together with movement, so I would say breathe out as you collapse down and breathe in as you roll up. Or find your own way of doing it. Make sure that you never stop. So in between, there's always a continuation from one movement to the next. Just like a whip, you're whipping down from the chest. Let it become smaller. Maybe put a little bit more intensity as you whip it down, shaking a little bit everything. Rotate your shoulders backwards and then forwards. And then the whole arm. Give attention to the shoulder blades to give this rotation, and then forward. Extend your arms as much as you can. Beautiful. Now start swinging sideways as if you are throwing something from the middle to the sides. And then through the back. Throw your arms to the back of your body. Making nice some wind. Making wind. You see that your legs are stable, just dropping your hips a little bit. Feel the breathing in as natural way as possible. If you get dizzy, that's a normal part of the process. And then we're gonna go back to move the spine, now to the other direction. So you first dive in, open the chest, project your hips forward and then drop. Make sure you really let it go through your knees before you go backwards. So head, chest, belly, hips, and drop. Find your freedom of movement, finding some expression. There's never the right and best way, but in terms of level, you can find what works best for you. And then try to do a bit softer now, with a little bit less muscle. So just visualize this motion and let your body do it softly. Breathe with that. from the head to the hips. Try to feel this wave passing through. And now focus on the hips, so you move it forward and drop. Forward and drop. So making this sagittal circle. You see this movement in so many dances, so many other movement practices, but here we're just looking in a very straightforward way to the movement itself, to the logic itself. Let's do the other direction. So you first drop back and then you push forward as it travels through the spine towards the chest. So focus on the hips, make a circle to the other direction. In house dancing, we would say jacking your body. The circular motion that we keep repeating and grooving with that. A little bit smaller, drop, drop, drop. That's it. Keep this bounce even a little bit shorter. Is it possible? There you go. Drop, drop. A lot of tension always in the lower back. It's always good to give some nice shaking to release energy. Push with as much intensity as you like. I'm just being playful with that. In organic movement flow, we always find our own personal expression, our own personal intensity based on what we need at that moment. So listen to your intuition as you do it. What do I need today with this movement? Alright, so next one, we go back to the squat position. So you're gonna try to kiss the ground with your knees, going first one side and then the other. Feel free to position your arms in the way you prefer. The arms will just, in a way, support your balance. The focus is that you project your knee and then try to go a little bit more to the outside, like in diagonal. It's a good way to build balance. And at the same time, trying to stretch the hips. Maybe you go a little bit closer. And if it's too easy, you can always project a little bit further. And both knees towards the ground. Push your hips forward again. Squeeze your butt. Look up and breathe. Just activating here some energy in the body, some strength in the body, maybe to start your day, or maybe to energize you in whatever moment you need. Then we go in the squat position. And you try to go with both knees, you see? Maybe a little bit more challenging, but just keep pushing in your own tempo. Maybe do slower than me. To try kiss the ground with your knees. And again, facing down dog. Give some movement to the hips, just like walking. Some people would call this the bear walk, with the hips totally up. But it's more that we give some mobility, okay? So just walk side to side, give some movement. Find your expression here. It's nice that we don't need to be fixed with anything, but finding this space for yourself. And then as a tiger, now not with your hips up, but with your hips on the line of your spine, the shoulders, I mean. So trying to find a space, and then you can invert and be like a crab. And that's totally free for you to explore. The idea is that we don't sit and we don't stand up. So how is it to be in between these positions? Going from the squat, touching your hands on the ground, inverting from side to side, or I would say between the tiger and the crab. Beautiful. I'm just exploring in here as you're doing there. How are you feeling? So let's just shake it out a little bit for the tension to go away. You get a bit more warm, you're probably feeling your body. And then in the squat position, you're gonna just do some internal rotations with the hips as we are focusing on more grounding today. So just try a couple of times. Don't be afraid that you're gonna hurt yourself. This is a totally normal movement, even though you're not used to do that. So just find your own level. And now you're gonna try to push it back. You see, you can help with the hands on the floor and you push it backwards as to open up the hips. Let the breathing with you. You can try without hands like me, feeling the outside border of the feet as you rotate. And of course, you can always check how far you go based on your own body. Elbows against the knees. You're just gonna push and open up and then relax. Open up and relax. If you sync the breath, it's gonna be breathing in, up, and breathing out as you relax down. And then you stay for a few seconds in this position. You can keep just breathing in your own tempo. Long spine. Whole feet on the ground. Just meditating in here for a moment. Feel the sensation, recognize that, what you're feeling. Go to a plank position. Keep your spine straight. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your butt. Keep pushing the ground with the hand as your arms stay locked. Focus on breathing. See if you can appreciate the sensation. Even if you feel weak or if you feel challenged, feel the sensation, let it be for a moment. This means that we are in the body. And then relax down. We're coming to the last part of the session. Just sit and relax from side to side. Call it also this kind of modeling photographic pose. Just sitting by the river, enjoying the view. Feeling the support of the hands on the ground, letting the hip drop as you're massaging the knees in a more relaxed way. Now we change position. And now you go side to side, rotating knees. This is a very good way to activate the hips. That's very often tight. Feel your breathing. And now we're gonna also twist your spine. So when you rotate the whole spine, looking backwards. Take a few breaths in here. Like I said, many things here you may associate with yoga, and it is as I integrate all this practice together. The difference between yoga and my movement is that I'm not gonna stay on the mat, I'm not gonna stay in static positions and asanas, but I'm gonna give you much more freedom to explore. But yeah, it's a great way to also, just like yoga, working on our strength, mobility, flexibility. Next up, we're just gonna level up by going from the squat position into this rotation. Make sure you finish with the head, so you go knees and end with the eye. In your own tempo. I know it's, for some people, it's too challenging to get up there. Remember to use your core muscles. Push the ground with the hand every time you go up. Breathe. Next one, you grab your ankle with one hand, and with the other you just open up to give some nice opening in the shoulders, opening the chest, the heart. Sync your breathing in the way you like it. I like to breathe in as I bring it up and breathe out when I relax down. But breathing is something that you should explore too, what works best for you. There's not really a rule, even though it might look natural to breathe in when you bring the body up. And then you slowly roll up. Breathe in, bring your arms up, and slowly, hands together, breathing out, bringing it to the heart. Stay here for a moment. Maybe you can touch with your thumbs your heart. See if you can feel the pulsation of your body after this practice. That was an activation practice. We integrate a few movement patterns, integrate a few movement practices together. I hope you feel energized. I hope you feel more ready for the day. Or even if it's for relaxing, after charging your muscles, charging your body a little bit, you will feel also relaxed. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.